everyone! Welcome back to the Messy Bookshelf. I'm Jennifer and today I'm going to be unhauling some books. So the other day I watched Ariel Bisset's video about purging through her books and getting rid of books that she doesn't want to represent her anymore, and I decided to also go through my books. And it's not that these books don't represent me, it's just I either didn't enjoy them or I have no interest in reading them anymore. A lot of these were books that I bought because of a similar author, or they're part of a series that I read but I just don't like it enough to finish the series, or I purchased it for a discounted price thinking I would read it and I just don't have any interest. So I'm just going to jump into it. These books I will be either giving away to friends and coworkers, or they will also be donated to one of the local stores. So I'm just going to get started. First off, we have the Just One Day duology. I was given this for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I thought I was going to read it because I loved If I Stay. I loved Where She Went. I thought they were amazing and I figured I would want to read these as well. But I've tried to pick this up a couple times. I just can't get into it, so I think I'm going to donate them. We also have Grave Mercy and Dark Triumph by Robin Lefevers. I've read Grave Mercy. It was okay. I think I might have rated it a 3 stars. I started Dark Triumph, but I couldn't get into it. I didn't even save my spot, so I don't think I'm going to keep these around. Next we have, and I'm really kind of upset about giving this one away because of who the author is, but I know I'm never going to read it, and I don't want to have books on my shelf that I'm never going to read. That just seems like a waste of space. And it is The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. I tried to read it. It's very boring and very uninteresting. Some older people might enjoy it, but it just wasn't for me. We have The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I tried to read this, couldn't get into it, really didn't like it. Then I decided to listen to the audiobook, managed to get through that. Still wasn't a huge fan. Loved the movie, but not the books. Next we have Divergent by Veronica Roth. I picked this up at a secondhand bookstore because I didn't have physical copies. I had them all on my Kobo, but I ended up finding them, the entire series, in hardcover for dirt cheap, so I got those. So I don't really need 2 copies of Divergent. Next we have Halo. We have First Strike, The Flood, and The Fall of Reach, the definitive edition. I picked these up years ago on a recommendation of a friend. I don't think I'm going to get to them. I haven't really been interested. I haven't even played Halo in a few years, so somebody else might enjoy them. Next we have the Carrie Diaries and Summer in the City. I read the Carrie Diaries, found it a bit too young for my liking. I picked up Summer in the City thinking I might get to it, but I don't think I ever will, so I'm not going to keep it around. The Last Dragon Slayer. I found this at a bookshop, but it came from Dollarama, because there's the sticker, if it would focus. I don't really know what it's about. I don't really have any interest in it. I think I just picked it up because it was dragons and it had a bug on it. Next is another series, and it is the Across the Universe trilogy. I loved the first one. Thought the second one was okay. Started the third one, couldn't get into it, had no interest in reading it. So I don't think I'm going to keep this series around. But I may end up keeping the first 2, but at the same time I don't really want to. This is really hard. Getting rid of books is really hard. Next, I have a couple by the same author. They are The Replacement and The Space Between. I got these at a secondhand store and I just thought the covers were really cool, but I don't think I'm going to get to them. I don't really have any interest in reading them, so I wanted to take the space back. Next, we have another one I got at a secondhand store. It is Frozen by Robin Wasserman. This was originally called Skinned. This series had a different name, and I don't really have an interest in reading this, and if I did want to read it, my roommate has the original versions, so I think I'm just gonna give it back to the bookstore. Next we have Tempest by Julie Cross. I got this from Book Outlet, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get to this one. Again, all of these, I don't think I'm gonna get to them. I have no interest in getting to them if I haven't read them yet. The next bunch are some Holocaust books that I got when I was in high school, and I had been keeping them around because I really enjoy the Holocaust, but at the same time, they're just collecting dust. I'm never gonna read these. Somebody else might enjoy them. So we have Shadow Life, A Portrait of Anne Frank and Her Family by Barry Deinberg. Survivors, True Stories of Children in the Holocaust by Alan Zulo and Mara Boston. Hidden Child of the Holocaust, A True Story by Stacy Kretzmeyer. Marika by Andrea Chang. And Yours and the Life of Anne Frank. I did keep my copy of The Diary of Anne Frank because I haven't read that, but I do still want to read that one. Next, we have Legend and Prodigy by Marie Lu. I wasn't a huge fan of Legend. I have no interest in continuing on to Prodigy, and I haven't heard a whole lot of great things about Champion, so I'm not even gonna bother. Next, we have another Book Outlet buy that I'm just never going to get to, and that is Before You Go by James Preller. Next we have a book that I had for school that I didn't even finish, and it is In the Skin of the Lion by Michael I can't even say that. That's the name. That's his name? Yeah, never gonna finish it. And we have Dorothy Must Die by Daniel Page. I was so excited for this book, and it was such a disappointment. I have no interest in continuing on with the series. And the final book is Beautiful Darkness. It is the only physical copy of this series I have. I have no interest in keeping it around. I enjoyed the series kind of, but I'm never going to reread them again. So those are all the books that I am getting rid of. I have managed to get a lot of space so I can fill it up with new books that I might actually read, or books that I've actually read. I'm trying to do really well with not buying so many books. What I want to do is read as many I already own as possible, and then only buying like one book a month and reading that right away. But that's not really happening because I've already got 2 books put on hold at work. But that's besides the point. Anyway, have you done a book purge? Let me know down below. Do you think I should change my mind on any of these books? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more. Bye!